So it's amazing how this turns into that. All right, y'all knew we weren't done. We have to do some bonus molds here. Look at that. Aha, a few left. Okay, now we can start the video. All right, everybody, welcome back to the world's worst fishing. I'm Chris Jones. So we have been away for a while, and I apologize for that. It is not on purpose. We had a couple of weekends just get really busy, challenging with my son's birthday party, and that kind of got set back a weekend. So 2 weekends were sort of out because of that, and then week before, well, last week it was hurricane prep, and then over this past weekend, obviously, unless you've been living under a rock in Nevada, you know about the bad storm, Hurricane Helene, some of the worst damage we've ever seen. So obviously, our heart goes out to everyone affected by it. You know, it's important to be praying for these communities and these families. We saw some really bad damage with this one. It went about 30 miles from here. We evacuated town, fully expecting Tallahassee to be changed. Everyone who kind of lives in the hurricane zones, yeah, just thank your lucky stars if you were able to miss this one. With that said, today's video is going to be really fun because not only are we getting to do a video again, but this is sort of by proxy, somewhat of a collaboration with some other YouTubers. This is the Watermelon Red Pearl Challenge. So this kind of all started when I was doing a live stream one night, and Michael from Bait Chuckin' was kind of in the comments on the live stream, and something was said about zoom matching a zoom color, and I said, oh, we should all try the Watermelon Red Pearl. Now, I have a popular colors video on this color way back, like 4 or 5 years ago, kind of when I was a solo bait YouTuber. So this will be quite the refresher for me. So Michael has a video here, and then Adam also has a video. I'll show you that one. Yeah, there it is. Watermelon Red Pearl Challenge, right? So this is sort of like a joint collaboration effort across the bait making YouTube verse. So Michael actually sent me the zoom sample that he used in his video, and I want to say the baits that he made too. Okay, yeah, yep. So here are the targets right there. Yep. Watermelon Red Pearl. All right, so there's the target. And okay, yep, here is what Michael was able to do on his video. So, yeah, nice packaging, by the way, buddy. Yeah, the bags are a nice touch. They look way better than the Zoom bag, anyway. Oh, yeah, he smoked it. He smoked it. Yep, you can see the highlight powder there in the belly. Nice watermelon top. Laminate with all the right flakes in all the right places. So I'll just kind of do a quick compare and contrast. Zoom is known for really sloppy laminates. Yeah, you can see how much cleaner you can do things at home. You know, that's something I say to bait makers or anglers all the time, is that you can actually make better stuff at home, you know. So yeah, you can see how clean this laminate is. You're always going to get a little bit of bleed. But yeah, I would say that is pretty amazing. He did an incredible job. Michael, I don't want to sound like his dad here, but he's come such a long way. Both these guys have, so it always makes me happy to see people have success with the hobby and be able to make things that they want to make. So yeah, I would say that's a pretty killer match. Maybe a little bit different in the pearl belly. Some of that just maybe Zoom has a different you know, red highlight powder or purple violet highlight powder than we have. But yeah, which one do I think is just a better execution of the laminate? By far the one that Michael made. So anyways, we're going to try our hand at it and see what we can come up with. So right off the bat here, I want to look at my highlight powders that I know are going to be my two closest matches, okay? And when I say highlight, we want to get that pearly belly there, right? And that is highlight powder. So a good way to test this is to actually get a little bit of it on your finger, then kind of smear it on a black base, okay? That's how you can really see what a highlight looks like, all right? So there's the red highlight powder, all right? And then we'll get some of the violet. This will just kind of clue me in to what each color is going to look like, okay? So you can see the violet obviously has a lot more purple in it. The red obviously is a redder shade of purple. So which one is more like the zoom? Right, we kind of gotta catch it in the light. It's definitely closer to the red pearl. All right, so for this color match challenge, obviously we want to make frogs. You can see that some of the examples there were flukes. I do have a really great mold for that, but we're gonna at least try that first run in the frog molds. And so what I want to do is I want to use an appropriate plastic for a frog, okay? So one of the things that you want to keep in mind whenever you're doing custom bait making of your own is that you have a lot of options when it comes to your plastisols, and you can tailor your plastisol to the bait that you're making. So one thing that a big company like Zoom does, they kind of use the one size fits all approach when it comes to durometer plastic, right? A little finesse worm, the plastic is just as soft as the horny toad. That's not what you want at all, okay? So when you're talking about a thick bait, a heavier bait, like a frog, I want to use a nice firm plastic. So we're going to use Dead On Plastics Craw Tube Blend, and that'll be the perfect plastisol for our color match today to get the best frogs possible. And we just so happen to have a brand new bucket. Let's mix her up for the first time. You're about to see the most amazing thing. Here it comes. Oh yeah. That will never get old, watching the resins be mixed up into a fresh bucket. And here's a golden oldie. We had some fun with these the other day. This is a mold that I kind of released on my trip to Michigan, the Ginger Ninja mold. It's an open pore beaver style bait, and you can see we kind of tipped the tails with sort of the theme color of the bait, and then did sort of a body swirl with the, there it is, the divider cup. So kind of using divider cup and single cup to get these effects there. You can see some of the blending of the color. Really, really fun stuff in the Ginger Ninja mold. So there's one you haven't seen on the channel for a while now. All right, we have 2 cups on each side here. And we're just going to start with a plain Jane watermelon base. Just as plain Jane as I can get it. Now, I purposefully did not watch any of the other videos or my own old video from back in the day, because I was like, well, I want to try to build the color from scratch as I would now, and not kind of go back and do what I did before, or you know, try to copy what some of the other guys did. I was like, you know what, I'll just hold off and watch the videos after the fact. So we have our red highlight powder, and I can tell I need to mix it pretty thick, okay? So we're just going to kind of start there. And a nice trick that you can use with highlight powders, if you don't think you're seeing the highlight color enough, 1 drop or 2 drops of black will really bring your highlight effect out, okay? Okay, so this is a pretty healthy mix of highlight powder. All right, oh yeah, that's already looking nice. Okay, so we're just gonna keep mixing here. All right. So the only thing about powders is they take a lot of mixing. You know, Dead On Plastics was really smart. You know, they offered a few highlight colors that are already pre-mixed in worm oil. So you squirt them in just like you would a normal bottle of liquid color, and it definitely makes them easier to mix. So we're gonna kind of see what we have there, and this is one of those laminates where only the top color gets any flakes. Okay, but we're just gonna kind of mix things out. Yep, I definitely need more watermelon. Okay, I need to up that saturation a little bit, and then we're we're also going to just bring out the highlight. Just a little bit with some black, okay? So, bring these back over here. Clean my knife off a little bit. Stir that black in. See what I mean? Yeah. It really brings the color out. But I don't want to add so much black that it kind of darkens it, but it will bring out the red in it, if that makes sense. Alright, so a little bit more watermelon. And then I think we're ready for our flakes. We're definitely going to want to vac this side. I think we just stirred so many bubbles in it, just with all the aggressive stirring of the powder. So we'll get both sides kind of prepared up, and then we'll finish the color out. Alright, now it's flake time. Okay, so small red flake. Alright, and we want a pretty good amount of that. So we'll maybe stop there and just see kind of how that looks, right? It's not overly done with the red, with the small red flake. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, so if we just kind of glance, right? Yeah. Yep, not too much there. And then what really makes this cool is that Zoom uses several different sizes of black flake. They use, let's see, definitely a medium size black flake, and then they use a larger size. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Alright, we're going to go medium black, which is 0.035. Okay. And then we're going to go large, 0.062. And I think that'll do us just fine. And one thing that I'll note here, if you look at this, you kind of see the watermelon side kind of looks a little brown, right? It's not a very green watermelon. Well, that's a lot of that red flake playing on it. If you really want to look at what the watermelon base looks like, look right here in the tail. Look kind of right in there where it's very green, right? You look up here, you kind of lose a lot of that green. You can see it there. You can see it really well there because you're seeing the green in a thinner appendage where there's not as much flake playing on it. So that's why I chose the base that I did, is because it kind of matches what I think the watermelon base really is underneath all of the flake. All right, it's time to lock and load. Because the Zoom is kind of such a sloppy laminate, I'm really not even going to pay attention to my temperatures because I want the sloppy laminate because I'm trying to match the Zoom. So we're just going to kind of roll with it and see what comes out. All right, first frog is down. And the next frog, here we go. Yeah, there's one for the blooper reel. Chris knocking over molds. Alright, let's check it out. I really hope this one worked. It's a beautiful color when it does. I used to make it quite a bit, but haven't done it in years. Here we go. Drum roll, please. I know one thing's for sure, my drum roll will be better than the other videos, even if my baits aren't. Okay. Right off the bat, the top color looks really, really good. Well, it kind of won't, yeah, look at that. Money! Okay, so I think I actually need a little bit more saturation on the pearl side. Let's take a look. I don't know, maybe. I did not get as sloppy of a laminate as Zoom did. However, you know what? No, I'm not changing a thing. So, I think we matched the pearl belly just about perfectly. I think that drop of black made the difference. Alright, so if we look... Here's what's so cool, guys and gals. I want y'all to see this as an observation. Here is the plug from the injector from our red highlight side. Look at the color of it. Look at how much whiter it is than what you see in the frog. What you were seeing there is the play on color from the watermelon side, right? Altering the hue of the red highlight side. So it's amazing how this turns into that, and it's all about the colors playing on each other. And now let's take a look at our custom frog. I call it the Florida frog because I'm in Florida and I made a frog. Genius stuff right there, I know. Yeah, really pretty. Again, yeah, maybe a little bit more saturation on the flake. So if we pull the zoom again, if we just look overall, there's just a little bit more flakes in there altogether. So that's an easy fix, but yeah, here we go. Oh, really nice. And again, not even trying, we got a really great even laminate on these. So yeah, I'm not even sure how Zoom is getting that bad of a laminate, but they hey, they do it better than anyone. I gotta quit knocking on Zoom. Zoom started this for a lot of us. Okay, yeah, there it is. I think that's pretty hot. Okay, round two. That felt good. Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's see how round two turned out here. Yeah. Really beautiful. What a pretty color. Yep, so again, we made a few small minor changes. Yeah, looking really good. Let's get it in focus. Maybe that'll help, right? Yeah. So I think these got a little closer. Just in terms of overall saturation, particularly speaking about flake saturation. And the belly's looking really good. And something that I noticed about the Zoom, and all of them in the pack are just like this. I guess the way that this mold laminates, none of the top color really gets into the feet, right? Here's another, and so on. So ours are automatically just going to look a little different because we're getting full lamination of the entire mold, as to where the Zoom, quite honestly, is just a hot mess. So this one seems to be the best one out of the bunch of the Zooms. So yeah, there it is. And real quick, let's look at the custom frog. Yeah, wow. Both of these frogs are just so sharp. I've caught a lot of fish on them over the years. Yeah. Yep. There it is. We'll get another one out just for kicks. Yep. Alright, y'all knew we weren't done. We have to do some bonus molds here. And you can probably kind of guess what style of baits they are. Here we go. Oh yeah, feels good. What a pretty color, you know. It's nice to revisit an old friend. I have not personally made this color in a hot minute. Yep, you guys guessed it. We are going to try to do a jerkbait, since a bag of Zoom flukes was included. So Lord have mercy, the amount of bass I caught on these in high school. This bait, probably wanting to make my own fluke style baits, is what probably originally piqued my interest in making baits to begin with. So that probably started this all for me. But let's see if we got close though. Let's see if we did even remotely as good. Okay. Yeah. Thought it was gonna go. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Looking good. Yeah. Yeah, we even got some of the laminate spillover that I wanted to get. Okay. Look at that. Indistinguishable from the two. Really nice, really nice. The tracer shad mold also laminates incredibly well. Look at this. This is one of AI's most successful molds in the last 12 months. Just an absolute home run of a bait. Yep. Actually, that might be the zoom. I can't even tell. Yeah, there we go. There's one of ours. There's the zoom. Yeah, kind of a neat little display here. I kind of jammed all of mine into one bag, so I'll just call this the value pack of frogs. But yeah, look at these beauties. Yeah, Michael did a great job with his. And one thing that I like about the two molds that we used is that they laminate evenly all throughout the cavity. You know, having the feet look pearly like that is pretty cool because it gives off that kind of split tail vibe. But yeah, there it is. Now, one thing I like about what Michael did is he had the large square cut black flake, right? If we look close, he's got the large square cut like the Zoom does. I only had the hex cut in the large black. So a few points off for me for authenticity. But yeah, really cool little video here. It's nice to see this color again. It's been a long time. So yeah, again, we'll just kind of take a close look. Yeah, really, really fun doing this, you guys. I used to make this color a lot, so yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So now the question becomes, who's the next bait maker that we want to do the Watermelon Red Pearl Challenge? Maybe drop some names in the comments below. So, fun fact about Watermelon Red Pearl, it is responsible for my biggest bass. So here we have the exact one, Zoom horny toad and Watermelon Red Pearl, still on the hook that it caught the fish on in 2006. Look at that. So this is a very special color for me. It's always been one of my favorite colors, and hey, I happened to be throwing the right bait on that day. She went just over 11 pounds. So yeah, and then these other two were caught on plastics that I made. Well, all right, guys, we have Watermelon Red Pearl running out our ears. This was super fun. It kind of reminds me of my Popular Colors series of videos that I did so many years ago. This is sort of a throwback where I'm, sorry, I think I'm out of focus, where I'm literally just demonstrating a popular color, right? There are so many sort of, you know, legendary colors out there. You know, you think of sprayed grass, you think of green pumpkin, you think of Okeechobee Craw, Okeechobee Magic, let's see, Alabama Craw, South African Special, Morning Dawn, right? You know, just if you ask people, what are your favorite soft bait colors, you're going to get a lot of stuff like that. Watermelon Red is one, of course, and Watermelon Red Pearl. So it was really fun to do this again. Sort of a throwback style video to when I was still a green upcoming YouTuber. You know, I did the Popular Colors, and that was always so much fun coming out here trying to recreate some of my favorite colors that I grew up fishing. And a lot of that experimentation is how this channel was founded, and a lot of those early videos helped us grow. So if you want to see more stuff like this, please leave me down comments down below. And then also, if there's anyone else in the YouTube scene that makes soft baits that you want to see do the Watermelon Red Pearl Challenge, drop them below, and we'll see if we can work something out with whoever it is. And until then, we will see you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you later.